stress with a capital S. Are you a content creator, film director or creative director, aged between 40 and 60? And if you're someone that really puts a lot of pressure on yourself in terms of creating the best content, I'm going to have 3 videos in this series. This one's going to be about content creators. I'm going to do another one for film directors and another one for creative directors, because I think they have their own different levels of stress, similar in a lot of ways, but also different. And this one is for content creators. And if you're somebody who is a content creator, you have your own YouTube channel, or you're producing content for social media, for TikTok, then this video is about the stress that you experience, what's going on for you, what pressures you put yourself under, because I've been someone that's been creating content for 3 decades now. I'm a film director and a producer, and I used to work in London on film marketing campaigns, and I did 2,500 movies. If you want to hear a bit more about that, check this video here where I talk about how I made $3 billion for Hollywood. Over those decades, I hit many, many walls. I had many, many meltdowns, and I jacked that all in 10 years ago. And now I'm doubling down on a new YouTube channel where I want to create a community and connect with content creators, film directors and creative directors like yourself. But let's talk about stress. Let's talk about content creators. And surely if you're somebody who has got a YouTube channel, or you're wanting to grow your audience, or you've got a product that you want to sell, you've got a course, you're going to be somebody that's creating a lot of content, and that comes with a lot of issues, that comes with a lot of stress. And I'm going to cover 3 main areas of stress that covers in this video. One is scheduling your life around, one is time, and one is health. But the main one I want to focus on first is your mind, because as a content creator, like right now I'm shooting this, I'm lucky enough to live in beautiful Glastonbury. I'm in the Abbey now, on the grounds of the Abbey, so that's what you can see behind me, and it's pretty chilled here, it's pretty relaxed. I've come here to record a video about stress in a relaxed environment for obvious reasons, because I'm going to go into that later. But if you're somebody that doesn't have an environment like this, if you're somebody that lives in a busy household, or you have children, or your partner works, or you're in the middle of the city, the environment itself can have such an impact on your stress levels. Also, about the mind, about thinking about content creation. I'm shooting this here in the Abbey, but I shot a video yesterday, and even when I'm shooting this, I'm saying to myself, should I be really filming more content? Shouldn't I be at home editing the stuff that I shot yesterday? And this is the thing that goes on for content creators. We're constantly switched on, we're constantly thinking about what we should be doing next. Is that you? Do you find it really hard to switch off? Do you find it really hard to relax? Do you find it really hard to schedule your time around certain activities? Then you're not alone. Seriously, it's one of the most common issues for content creators, is that we're constantly thinking, planning that we should be doing more, that we're not doing enough, that we're not planning enough, that we're not putting enough time and effort into what we're doing. And this all comes from the mind. I mean, I like this phrase mind talk, where your mind is basically telling you things that you should or shouldn't be doing. And mostly it's telling you bullshit. It's telling you stuff that isn't true, but it's this constant, persistent nagging in your head that's chatting away to you, saying you could be doing better. Why are you not doing this now? If that's something that resonates with you, then I get it. This is something that we all go through. What can you do about it? You almost need to just take it by the throat and tell the mind to shut the F up. I mean, as a practice, you need to do that. You almost need to be reader and boss of your own mind, and just boss that mind and tell it literally when you almost like stepping out of your body, listening to what it's telling you and going, well, thanks for sharing, mate, but you know what? That's BS. I'm not going to listen to this. And almost like you will have this as a constant challenge. I had it in my job in London, where I was working with sometimes 15 to 16 clients on a daily basis. There would come times where I was so busy doing the work, but there were moments like, as soon as I'd have a moment to think to myself, my mind would tell me, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. It was constantly switched on. If you're constantly like that, it's just going to lead to meltdown. It's going to affect everything about what you do. And then nothing's good enough, is it? Perfectionism. The videos aren't good enough. This isn't good enough. So even when you're doing your best work, or you think it's your best work, you're constantly on it yourself, telling yourself that it isn't and it should be better. So the clue is just listen out for the mind. the mind talk telling you things, and you've literally then got to verify it. You've got to say, is that true? Is it false? Or I don't know. So listen, almost like pause in the day when you really feel like you're overstressed and you're doing things too much. Stop, pause, listen to your mind, what it's telling you, and almost like verify it on the spot and say, is that true? Is it false? Or I don't know. I don't know is an easy one. You could be thinking something about something else or something that you're working on. And so that could be a phone call to somebody. It could be checking some information out. But if you're telling yourself something like that's not good enough, or you should be doing this, you should look for those words, should, could, would, then that's basically your mind going to town on you. It's telling you things that are not true. The truth is, you're doing your best. You've only got so much time. You've been putting a lot of effort into this, look. And then if you have that as a skill, is one of the most powerful things you can absolutely do as a content creator, is to almost like be the master of your mind. Just take it on and listen to it, and then listen to what it's telling you, but then verify what's BS, what's true, what's false, and what isn't. The other thing is scheduling time. Time is a huge factor when it comes to being a content creator. Do you feel like you've never got enough time? Do you feel like you should have more time? Or the time that you have, you're not using correctly enough? Again, this is something that can be easily rectified by just scheduling what you're going to be doing and when. I know that sounds simple, like, oh yeah, scheduling, your time planner, but how much are you doing that? Please put in the comments what scheduling you do for your content, because if you don't have a schedule, if you don't have a time of the day that you're actually posting, if there isn't a schedule, if you're just literally getting up in the morning, you're going, right, I've got to do this video, I've got to do that, I've got to do so many posts, then how's that working for you? But I'd love to know in the comments for anyone that has a schedule that is working. I mean, personally for me, I aim to work Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. I do tend to aim to have the weekend off because my wife's a district nurse. She works some weekends, there's weekends that she doesn't, and it's really important for me that we spend time together and that she gets home and I'm not stuck on the computer editing another YouTube video, because that completely does her head in. It affects our relationship and it's just not good. Find what works for you. Look at those periods of time in the week that you can afford to be working. And then when you are working, just double down on the work. What works for me is I break it down into 25-minute chunks of work. So literally I'll set myself a goal and then I'll work for that 25 minutes and then I'll take a 5-minute break. That will be, I actually just do some quick 10 to 20 press-ups to get my energy up. I go make a cup of tea, I just take a break, just to give yourself that moment away rather than just sitting in that chair for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I know what it's like when you're editing content. Your ass can go numb where you just sat there just being crazy and focusing on too much time editing, and 6 hours can fly by and your brain is like in meltdown. But you're thinking, I've got to do it, got to fine tune it. But just to give yourself that 5-minute break after 25 minutes of working is amazing. Plan the days that you are going to be working and factor in the amount of hours that you're going to be doing. Take those 5-minute breaks, and honestly, just adding that to what you're going to be doing will reduce the stress, will reduce you getting to a point of burnout. So the third thing I'm going to talk about in this video for content creators is your health. How many of you are just not feeling optimized in your health? How many of you are regularly exercising in the morning? How many of you are eating well? But how many of you are just finding that you're not exercising the way you should? Your fitness isn't great. You're just grabbing snacks here and there. You're not drinking enough water. I mean, again, tell me in the comments, what's the biggest issue you have in terms of your health? Is it fitness level? Is it diet? Is it habits? Because I also know when I used to work in London, I would work on so many film campaigns with so many clients. I would get to a point where I would just hit burnout, and then literally there would be a few days off and that weekend would come and then I would just go binging. I would go on a mad binge with my friends, drink solid for almost 2 days, come out of that and just feel wasted, get to the gym, burn it off, go on a sunbed, whatever. And that just over time just killed my adrenals, wiped me out, and it was just incredibly bad for my health, incredibly bad for my relationships, and just detrimental to everything. Then I couldn't really focus, I couldn't create my best work. The thing to remember, from this video, if you take anything away, is health is wealth. And without it, we're fucked. You're just not going to produce great content, consistent content, if your health is suffering. And so really, really look at ways you can optimize your health. Is it getting more sleep? Is it just sticking to a regular exercise routine? Is it eating food that's actually good for you? Is it hydrating enough? Look at the areas where you know you need support in your health and prioritize that above all else. Because as a content creator, I get it, you're driven, you want to do your best, but you're constantly switched on. The other thing with your health as well is you have to create time in the week. I was talking about scheduling the work earlier. The other key thing is to schedule time that you're going to have off. And by having it off, sounds a bit rude, by taking time off, I mean spending time with loved ones, with your partner, with your family. Go to see a movie, have a meal, chill out. Yeah, watch some Netflix. Why the hell not? Nothing wrong with that. But make sure you are absolutely having time off, that you're switching your brain off, that you're not constantly looking at your feeds, you're not going on your phone, you're not looking at social media, you're not checking out how your YouTube channel's doing. Just unplug from all of that shit, because you're so switched on all the time. You need time where it's time out. And honestly, the benefits of that will reap rewards, because your brain needs time to re-engage with the world. It needs pauses in your schedule. It needs time to refuel. If you really struggle with relaxing, and that's something that I absolutely used to struggle with, just taking time out. Even now, today, I'm no saint. I'm not saying that I get it all this correctly, because this new channel that I've launched now, that's for you guys, men 40 to 60, content creators, film directors and creative directors. I have just been through the mill, you know, and in the past 10 years, I quit doing that work in London. I lost both my parents. I got divorced. I remarried. I lost several animal companions. I became a vegan. Lots of shit happened in that time. Partly, a lot of the things that happened in that time was because I couldn't relax at times. I couldn't take time out. I couldn't look after myself. So that for me is an absolute priority now. And that's why I'm making videos like this with simple life hacks that I hope is going to inspire you guys, that's going to motivate you, that's going to be simple. And I want to create a community here where we can all connect, we can talk about these issues, be open about them, not be so effing driven and not just focus on the work all the time. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. This is only like my third or fourth video that I've been putting on the new channel. I'm very excited to be here. Anyone that watches this video, anyone that got to this point, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time. And look guys, be creative. The world needs you on point. The world, your friends need you, your loved ones need you. And I really appreciate if you got some value out of this video, tell me in the comments. And I look forward to doing the next one that's about stress for film directors, which I'm going to touch upon similar things, but be very different. Thanks for watching this one for stress and how it affects content creators. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. And thanks for watching guys. Be creative, be safe. Bye for now.